Here we go.
Welcome back to the Big Brown Sack. You're sitting with Dayna V and Joe McCutie.
Wow.
That one's for my mom. She likes that intro. We take feedback seriously. That one's for you.
She specifically asked for McCutie.
Yeah. She's like, why didn't you say Joe McCutie last time? It is Sunday, February 19th.
Yeah, they're probably not going to get this until like a week from now, though.
I know. I just want to anchor people
In the moment
where we're at and what's coming. Sunday, February 19th. It's 8:35 p.m. Now you'd be thinking, shouldn't these guys be getting to bed? It's a school night. Well, not this weekend. Because tomorrow's our President's Day episode.
President's Day. We love our presidents, really, for this day. Mm-hmm. But also a lot of things. Presidents, you guys, and I say you guys because, well, you know.
We all know. They're all guys.
Look, you guys.
If you didn't catch that one.
You guys are, for the most part, pretty solid. Pretty solid group of guys. For the most part.
Mostly, also.
Or else we wouldn't have a day for them, right? Because they're mostly, we're pretty rad dudes.
Yeah, I mean, they must be in some regard to have a position like that. You're the backbone of our country. Thanks for your sacrifices.
Yeah.
But also, some of you are just downright scoundrels.
Scoundrels. China. We don't really, let's be honest, we don't really know who you are, presidents. We have no idea who you are.
No.
We have no idea what's going on back there. It's probably not good.
Probably not.
But, you give us a Monday off and we're willing to look the other way. You give us a day off and we're willing to look the other way.
Yeah, we'll celebrate you. Air quotes.
Air quotes. Did you want to dedicate some time on this podcast to talking about presidents?
Not really. I mean, unless I want to expose myself to how little I know about any of our presidents.
Yeah, I unfortunately did not prepare myself for the President's Day episode.
Although, something I will say about Obama is he, like you were just saying, we don't really know you guys. Obama does share some things that makes you feel like you do know him.
Don't ever sleep on Barrio.
Mm-hmm. Like every year he comes out with a Spotify playlist of all his favorite songs that year.
Obama does do stuff like that.
So sick.
He's got his Spotify playlist. Obama, I don't know if you know this or not, Day, also does a college basketball March Madness bracket every year.
Sick.
And releases that to the public.
Yeah, that's fun.
I'm one of you guys.
Was that your Obama impression? That was pretty good.
I don't know what
I don't know what it was, but it played.
Hey, I'm one of you guys. I do brackets. And I like these songs.
I really want that photo of Obama smoking weed in our house.
Oh, yeah. We walked into a pot shop. Excuse me.
Oh,
a legal pot shop, by the way. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Mm-hmm. Legal stuff here, folks. But there's a picture of Obama lighting one up on the wall.
Yeah, and it's so cool.
And I think it's a real picture.
I think so, too. Speaking of weed, I'm not high this episode. Gosh, last time... Also, don't get your panties in a bunch. I was amped. Don't worry. Don't fret. That will not be me every episode, but... Mm-hmm. It played, and
I think you know what, as long as you show up as your true self in these episodes, that's all we're trying to do here, folks. Absolutely. And look, we're here to be just a little goofy part of your life right now. We don't know what we're doing.
Just a big bunch of goofs.
This is such a freaking back of the house operation right now. It's Dayna and I literally on this big brown sack. There's no fluff here, folks. We're giving you exactly what you paid for. 2 people, 1 sack, lots of ideas. It's flowing like a river, folks. All right, so Day.
Yeah.
One of the things that I wanted to BS about today was a poem that I heard recently, and it really not reminds me, but it's inspiring me of how I want to go about doing this podcast. And I want to see if I can read it to you. But the poem is called Go All the Way by Charles Bukowski. And I think I read this to you earlier today, did I not?
Can't remember. Well, I'll let you know once you read it, because I don't know.
So I think this is a cool thing to listen to for anybody that's listening to this. There is a song called Go All the Way, so you have to say Go All the Way.
Sing it.
Charles Bukowski. No.
Sing it so the people know.
I'm not going to sing the song. I'm going to read them the poem. But I think this could help you too, because sometimes in life, they don't give you a manual. They don't give you a manual to this life. You learn a lot in school, but one of the things you don't really learn is just like how to wake up every day, get dressed every day, earn a living for yourself every day. It's hard.
Exhausting.
And there's so many things that you want to do, and you want to do the thing that makes you happy. And sometimes you don't know what that is, and you end up pulling yourself in a million different directions. And I read this poem, and I'm going to read it to you now. I'm not going to beat around the bush any longer. Charles Bukowski, Go All the Way. If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, and maybe even your mind. It could mean not eating for 3 or 4 days. It could mean freezing on a park bench. It could mean jail. It could mean derision. It could mean mockery, isolation. Isolation is the gift. All the others are a test of your endurance, of how much you really want to do it, and you'll do it. Despite rejection and the worst odds, and it'll be better than anything else you can imagine. If you're going to try, go all the way. There is no other feeling like that. You'll be alone with the gods, and the nights will flame with fire. You will ride life straight into perfect laughter. It is the only good fight there is.
Wow. And what do you take from that?
I want to go all the way with this podcast. I love doing this with you. And, people might listen, they might not listen, but I just want to, if you're listening to this, just know that I'm going to really try. I'm going to try with the editing. We'll try figuring out what this thing's going to be, but we're going to keep doing them because it's fun and I love it. And I think something's good's going to happen with that formula.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you, and I'm in, and I'm on the same page. I was thinking about the poem in other aspects of my life as well. I would say majority of the time, just from what I've learned about myself, and this isn't me being hard on myself or down on myself, this is an observation as I learn who I am, is I often start things and I never go all the way. Mm-hmm. I was about to say I go halfway to things. Sometimes I don't even make it the halfway mark. Mm-hmm. Like, I will get interested in something and start a certification. Will I ever finish the certification? No. I get inspiration for...
Can you talk a little bit more about that? Because you're telling a true story when you say you started certification.
Yeah. So basically, I'm looking for ways to potentially get out of my current career path. So I'm trying to keep an open mind of what might be interesting to me and try to invest some of my time in learning that.
Do you think a lot of people feel that way? Do you think a lot of people feel like they're in jobs and they maybe want to pursue a passion?
Yeah, sure. I think the majority of the average person might feel that way.
I feel like a lot of people do.
I'm not even necessarily looking for a passion. Mm-hmm. I just know what I'm currently doing doesn't sit the best with me, make me feel good. And so I want to just explore other things. I'm not even going for a passion. I'm trying to find what that might be. You're
trying to find what your passion is.
Yeah. But the problem is I get super excited about things and then I start them and then I never follow through.
This is bad news for the podcast.
So we'll see. I have you to hold me accountable though.
Yeah, you're the
But
talent.
I'm talking about in other aspects of my life.
You're the talent. Look, I'll get a little bowl of
podcast.
cherries for you.
I got
Get
my
your
own bowl
little
of cherries.
lollipop ready for you.
I got my own Olipop ready for me. What?
I'll take care of you. Don't worry
I
about
also
it.
cooked dinner tonight.
Yeah.
A rare occurrence.
Wow, dude.
Typically, Joe is the chef, but
I'm living like an Egyptian pharaoh tonight, dude. I'm legs up,
what did I make, Joe? I made
reclined.
chicken masala.
I watched a
with
movie.
rice and broccoli.
Dana's in the kitchen. The fire alarms are going off.
Yeah.
Look, people, if you make a meal and the fire alarms didn't go off, you weren't really throwing down in there, were you?
Yeah, you weren't.
You weren't really throwing down in there, were you?
You weren't hustling
Yeah.
to and fro across your kitchen enough
Yeah.
for that meal. And
I just want you to know that the next time you're cooking a meal and your fire alarm goes off, don't panic. Just say to yourself, I'm fucking throwing down in here. Because you are. And you should be proud of that.
typically Joe cooks. Excuse me, I'm eating some cherries. Pause on that note. I just want you all to know that when you go to your local grocery store this week, are you listening to me?
Yeah, when you go to the local grocery store this week.
Because he's laughing to himself about a note he wrote himself.
Yeah, I wrote notes for this episode.
This is
bitches.
really important.
Okay.
This
I'm
is
listening.
really important.
I'm listening.
You're going to go to your local grocery store this week, and you're going to get super excited to see cherries back on the shelves.
Yes.
Now, you don't know where I'm going with this.
Do not, but I am excited about cherries.
Me too, and I know the general population will be. Unfortunately, it is not quite cherry season. We've jumped the gun a bit. They're not like juicy. They're not in their prime. Give it another month.
But you can feel it. It's right around the corner.
Well, you can feel it. It's right around the corner because they're on the shelves, but they're just not in season. We're forcing it. We're forcing it a little bit too much. And it's just like if it's not their time, it's not their time. Like
Well, the
we can wait another month. We've been waiting for like what 4 or 5 months. When's the last time we had cherries back on the shelves?
Well, what do you want them to do with these cherries? Just throw them away?
I mean, what they're just what?
Make a cherry pie. 'Cause I don't know.
Well, like I haven't seen cherries in the grocery store for that long, like a long
they've been
time.
gone
So
for a
where
while?
have they been? Yeah,
It's a seasonal thing in the grocery stores around here.
yeah.
It's weird because I hear like Rainier cherries are the big, and we're right by fucking Rainier. So where are all the cherries at, folks?
Well, they're in the grocery stores. They're just not ready.
They're just not ready yet, is what you're saying.
It's not time.
So you're like, just feed these to the cows or something.
Or don't like harvest them. I guess.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Look,
if cows,
I don't know how it works.
I don't know if cows can eat cherries.
I'm not in the cherry business.
We're not in the cherry business, but I'll tell you one thing. If you're like, what's all this cherry talk about? If you don't like cherries, fuck you, dude. Turn this off.
I
Go
can
listen to
imagine
some other
people-
shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nothing. I was just gonna say, if you don't like cherries, like it's actually cool. Like, I don't like melons. People find that not cool. Olives, not for me. I also don't eat seafood, and I don't eat chicken. I'm a pain in the ass.
You made me chicken though tonight. So what's that say about you?
I made you
Team
chicken,
player.
and I made myself tofu. So I had to make 2 different meals tonight.
What's that say about you? I'll tell you what it says. Team player.
Yeah,
Team player. You are a team player.
it's me. I'm not gonna make you eat tofu just because I have to eat tofu. I'm gonna get you chicken. I'm gonna freaking.
That's so cool. How was your tofu? Was it good?
So good.
Nice.
I put it in the air fryer. All right, people, this is what you're going to want to do. No, I'm not going to take them there.
No. Yeah. You're not there yet.
This isn't a cooking podcast.
No, Dayna, I will say, Dayna, you did great in the kitchen tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Wait, there's one more thing I wanted to share before you read off this note.
Okay, go ahead.
Joe had coffee at 8:30 p.m. tonight.
Get off my back.
What are we thinking about this? It's iced.
Yeah.
For one. And he says it's because the Italians do it. And honestly, that's a really fair point. Like, the Italians do after dinner have a, little espresso shot.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can do it, why can't you? We got to start living a little bit more around here.
So let me
in America,
start by saying that I don't think that espresso and coffee are the same thing. But
agree to disagree?
I don't know what the difference is, and I think they both have a lot of caffeine in them. So it's kind of the same point of, like, why would you drink it so late in the day? So I think it's important that you know what the coffee order is. It's not an order. I made it here. It's a single shot of Starbucks original espresso, single shot from our Nespresso machine over ice. Mm-hmm. So, I'm not putting any, like, sugar or anything in there. It's just a straight up thing.
Black coffee with some ice in it.
And I will say that they were very weird about the icing of the espresso in Italy. They were very weird about that.
Icing?
Yeah, remember I asked for iced coffee the one time and the dude was like, iced coffee? What? Okay.
Iced coffee.
Okay.
It's okay. You're Italian. That's funny.
I think that's Spanish, but I forget it's crazy how fast I forget the Italian words.
Yeah. I also support you drinking coffee when you need to.
Yeah.
Because we got that Nespresso thanks to who?
Thanks to you.
And I'd also like to thank Peyton. Peyton, this one's for you. Thank you.
Thanks, Dayna.
You know what you did.
Thanks, Peyton.
Yeah, so we got this Nespresso up in here because of her, and it's been really working out for us.
Yeah.
I definitely drink more coffee. I haven't found a creamer I like. I can't do the, what's the classic creamer that people drink? Something Mate.
Coffee Mate?
Coffee Mate. Mm-hmm. Duh. Something Mate. Stupid. We can't do that. Found out there's stuff in there that's like illegal in other countries or something.
Whoa, okay.
And then the one you
Red flag.
bought, yeah, don't quote me on that. Do your own research, but something's going on in the Coffee Mates. If you're drinking them, stop.
I believe it. Okay, keep going.
What's you also bought a creamer recently that I couldn't get behind. It's like oat or something. Nut pod, there's so much out there, and I just...
It's the latest one I got was the Nut Pod. Yeah, I think it's best just straight up when you're doing it at home.
Yeah.
If you want to get fancy with it, go to a coffee shop.
Coffee shops are our new bars. Hot take.
Yeah, they are.
We look forward to going to coffee shops like we used to look forward to going to the bars.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're going to get up at this time so we can go do this, and then let's try this new coffee shop. We're always looking for new coffee shops, always going back to the same coffee shops. We're like, when is the next time we can get in a freaking coffee shop?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw this. I don't want to say their name, but one of our friends, they're like a friend of a friend, posted the Johnny Cash line, the Johnny Cash line of when it might have been Johnny Cash was asked of his version of Paradise, and he was like, this morning sitting here with her drinking coffee.
This morning with her drinking coffee, yes.
That is such a hitter of a quote, because those early mornings, especially on like weekends, weekend early mornings,
some of the best.
Dayna and I go into a coffee shop. There's a coffee shop near us too. They have a chessboard there, and lately Dayna and I have been going there, ordering coffees. It's early in the morning. It's on the water. We play chess. And I've talked about this to you before. I was like, I would believe it if someone told me this is heaven. I really would believe it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I go to Judgment
I
Day
agree.
and they're like, am I like, hey, am I going to heaven or hell? And they're like, you've been in heaven the whole time, pal. And I'm like, you're right.
Oh, been there,
Fair-
done that. Put me
fair
back
game.
in. Put me back in, coach.
Fair game.
Yeah, it is really glorious, and there's just something about an early morning where you have the whole day ahead of you, and you're just playing chess and eating a pastry and drinking some coffee. Oh man!
Wow. Wow.
Damn!
Wow, dude.
Yeah, so that's what's going on in our lives.
Hey, look.
That's what we've been up to.
Fellas, if you're listening to this right now and you don't feel a little something down there after that, come on. That shit was awesome. It's awesome. Try it out, folks. Definitely recommend.
Do you want to share what's new with us this week?
What is new with us this week, Day?
So much.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Hot tub.
Hot tub. I'll tell you what. Me and this hot tub have been going to war, dude.
We've been at war with this hot tub all weekend.
Yeah, look, a lot of our friends are the only ones listening to this right now, so I'm just going to kind of like talk to them when I do this. But look, guys, we're getting older. We're getting some money, we're getting houses. We say, we're like, look, we're working hard. Let's work hard, play hard, dog. We go to war
Straight
every morning. We deal with all the bullshit. We stay organized. We fucking have to wear blue light glasses because the screens hurt our fucking heads because we stare at them all day.
The grit and the discipline we have to pull out of our asses 5 days a week to keep our fucking lives going.
Yeah, look. And
meet deadlines.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Look, and we're not freaking dumb enough to not realize the irony of how easy our lives also are at the same time.
So easy.
But
we have it so good.
fuck you with that. Just let us have this moment for a second. We do understand. But yeah, we got some money and you say, what do we want? Let's get a hot tub, right? Let's get a hot tub. You're going to go to the store. You're going to go in. The guy's going to come up to you like it's a used car dealership. Hey, how's it going? What are you guys looking for? Tubs? What are you, hot saunas? You guys in the market? And then you go, yeah, we're looking for a hot tub. We're looking for an 8x8 or whatever, our square model, open seating. Hey, come on over here. Look, we got this one. What, have you seen any other hot tubs? Hey, yeah, look, it's going to be totally easy. We don't do it for you. Hey, we won't do it for you. But it's totally easy to plug in the hot tub. That you don't got to worry about it.
Yeah.
We'll deliver it for you. We drop it off. We don't do the electricity, but don't worry. It's simple, easy. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Don't listen. You need a fucking professional to do this. Don't listen to that bullshit for a second. I opened this thing up, and it looked like the original fucking Apple computer. This freaking box, electric box inside. So first of all, you got to screw this whole fucking thing open. This electricity box is hanging wide open. It's the floor model, so it's wet. I'm like, is it even going to work? It's a mess down there, dude. A mess.
Let's be honest, though. Who did most of the work this weekend? You're acting like I got in there. Who did most of the work this weekend?
Look, and it takes a whole lot of man to say this right now. But your dad did.
Yeah, no kidding.
Your dad.
I'm like, is
the
he
bulk
about
of the
to
work.
take all the credit? You were in here while he was at Home Depot for hours and hours this weekend. You didn't go to Home Depot once. How many Home Depot trips did you do?
None, but I did go to Lowe's once.
Okay. Wow. I mean,
Did go to Home Depot.
roll
but
out the red carpet.
All right. Fair points. These are all fair.
Say thank you
Thank you.
right now on the recording to my dad because he's definitely listening.
Thank you, Dana's father.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you.
We would have had to hire someone.
That is more so my point. Is that these hot tub guys will tell you, oh, yeah, you should probably get a professional to do it. It's high voltage, don't. But hey, don't worry about it. it's something that's not a big deal. Let's just get you the hot tub delivered and, you'll figure it out. Basically is what they say. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right, whatever. This guy seems pretty confident that we'll figure it out. I was like, yeah, her dad used to be an electrician like a while ago, so we should be good. He's like, yeah, you guys should be good. I mean, you should talk to him about it. Complicated process. And I was out there with him a lot. And today I was out there for hours on my back underneath the
You
hot
did
tub.
do a lot of work today when he left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, what else is new with us? Got a hot tub. You got a nutritionist. That's
Got a
kinda fun.
nutritionist. I got a nutritionist. Yeah. You got to take care. Your body's a temple, man. Your body is a temple. Health is wealth.
You know what
people.
they say? What goes in comes out.
Like literally, like shit. Like poop.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that is true as well. And you are what you eat, and your body is. I think maybe was that what you were going for? You are what you eat.
Well, yeah, but it was a joke. It was a very high level joke.
Right, I missed it. Then.
Advanced. Very advanced.
I'm still working with level easy over here in the comedic game, apparently. But the hot tub is now working. We are getting a big old store credit because
We were talking about the nutritionist.
Yeah, but I want to talk about how
We're not getting a big We're not getting a big return.
We get a big return because you got in the chat.
We're not though. We're getting $400 store credit, which is like big freaking whoop.
Yeah, you're going for more.
I wanted more. Yeah, no, he replied and he said he can only do 400 store credit.
What are we gonna do?
We're taking the money. I can't ask like we already paid. If we didn't pay, we'd have more leverage.
When Pepsi offered that kid $1 million because he wanted the jet, and Pepsi offered him $1 million, what did he say?
What did Pepsi say?
No, what did the kids? Remember the Pepsi "Where's my jet" guy?
Oh, yeah, the guy was like, "No, fuck you guys.
Fuck you guys, I want my jet.
Taking all your time and money."
Fuck you guys, I want the jet. I think that's what you should reply to. Hot tub guy.
I'm totally not going to do that. But if you want to come at him at all angles, you can text him and be like, "Hey, man, like, we're about to return this hot tub if you don't give us more of a discount."
No, I was thinking about
Bring
it.
your guys back.
Can
Could you imagine?
Take it back. We want the model you apparently put on hold for us, and it wasn't going to be a nuisance at all. He was completely sure. Fuck him. Fuck him, dude. Fuck him, dude. But what else is new, Day? What else has been on your mind? What do you think it is important for us to talk about? Our
We
audience.
had a pretty hard week.
We did have a pretty hard week.
We both had a pretty hard week. I was PMSing hardcore, and you were really stressed.
Mm-hmm.
You were really stressed with work, and you don't get stressed often. So when it does happen, I take it extremely seriously because it's a very rare occurrence. In fact, I don't know if I've ever seen you like that.
Yeah, I'm still not completely myself, I feel like.
Yeah.
I had a hard week. For some reason, things were just really getting to me. But I'll tell you what, we had a great chat about that. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I learned from going through that, and they do say you learn more in your dark times than in the good times, is that it's not always sadness on the other side of going deep, I think is what I said the other night.
Yeah.
And that particularly has stuck with me because, how many times do you hear people say, like, "Oh, do you want to talk?" Or like, "Are you okay?" Or like, "Oh, I'm fine."
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, how you doing?" "Doing good." You don't want to get into it with people because there's so many reasons.
Yeah.
How it might make you feel, how it might make them feel.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you what, people, it's not always bad news on the other side of going deep, because you and I had a super deep conversation about how I was feeling, some of my existential thoughts, and we just really had a great open discussion and talked about it. And you were like so helpful. And then I think we like literally hugged and kissed at the end and like played some darts or something. And it was just like fine. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really real moment.
It was beautiful.
It was really beautiful. And that conversation that we had is like something you probably on default would want to avoid. Like, because it's just hard.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like all the reasons why you don't want to. I think you don't want to be sad. You don't, those are very hard truths and the thoughts that you don't want to face because it might make you cry.
Yeah. It
might make you cry. You don't want to cry.
You're worried maybe it's going to make it more real, even like speaking to it potentially.
And it's not even that you just don't want to cry. You don't want to like cry in front of your significant other.
Or make that person feel like weird, like you're worried, like how are they going to take this?
I don't want you to feel like you've got to take care of me. Like there's a lot of like, you don't want to be a nuisance even to just like talk about something too. It's not even just like dealing with your own internal feelings. It's like the external person and the secondhand effects that getting deep might have. And there's just so many, or maybe you don't want to get angry. Maybe you think it'll make you angry and you'll lose your temper. Or, there's so many things that can go into it.
Or you'll feel like, for me, what holds me back the most when, like, there's something bothering me or, like, I'm going through a hard time is, like, I don't want to be judged. I'm worried, like, what I'm going through, like, isn't normal or is, like, weird or crazy, And so I don't. That's when I avoid things the most, is when I think it's like not normal or like I could be judged for it.
Like if you are having somebody wake you up with a Coca-Cola, iced Coca-Cola every morning, you're like, every kid is getting woken up with iced Coca-Cola, right?
Yeah. So, when I was a young child, first of all, my parents don't drink water. Okay? They drink Coca-Cola, and that's it. And so when I was a kid, what did I drink? Not water.
Yeah.
Juice, cola.
Yeah.
And there was a time where I would not get out of bed for school unless my mom was waking me up with a tall glass of Coca-Cola.
So how long did this go on? How long
I don't know.
We'll
have to ask her. In my mind, a few weeks.
Do you think we would have your mom on as a guest of our podcast ever?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, why not?
This would be a fun thing to talk to her about. So, but like, just guess. How long do you think it went on?
I mean, it's been so many years. I'm guessing it was over the span of like a few weeks.
And now, if you missed that, Dayna would not get out of her bed unless greeted bedside with it. Was it can? Was it in the can? Did you have it iced?
No, she had
a straw. Did you need a straw
in a
or
glass?
anything?
I don't think it was
iced in a glass. Wait, hold on. It was iced in a glass.
Yeah.
Did she bring out the can as well and let you pour it?
I don't think so. No,
it
was pre-poured. Yeah.
Okay.
The fuck.
So you've got
I think this is middle school, by the way.
Middle school. Okay, that's good. We have the time frame. Now, weeks, months,
what
days?
I can't say. I'm gonna have to call in the second source because I mean.
But if you had to,
I
guess.
already said a few weeks.
A few weeks. Okay, so you a few weeks time, Monday through Friday. This is every day of the week.
I don't know, okay?
All right.
All I know is there was a time in my life. I'm not going to like fabricate just for the purpose of the story.
Specific.
You're getting so specific and I can't fabricate. We're going to have to call in the source who.
Yeah.
Like.
Let's get her in here.
Anyway, yeah, I had a Coca-Cola problem. What's it to you? Now I'm on that Olipop game, and it's so good. If you guys haven't tried Olipops, get it. Don't bother with the grocery store ones. Just order them on Amazon. I like the vintage cola and the cream soda. Those are the best flavors in my mind. Cream soda, always flying off the racks. I think it's what everyone likes. It also took like 3 weeks to get here. I should have ordered 4 12-packs while I was at it.
Yep, and fellas, if your knees are sore, just pour a little of that Olipop right on the joint, rub in a little, and make sure you use promo code BBS10 at checkout. Look, if you wake up in the morning and you're not, feeling spry, you need a little wake-up call, just pour a little Olipop right on your face. Get in the shower, don't turn the water on. Just dump Olipop all over your body. It gets into your skin, it tones, it brightens. BBS10 at checkout. It will be an invalid code because
it's not real.
Not real at all.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's what was new with our weeks. We just had a hard week.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, you know what else is just like so odd about the workplace is like people reacting with emojis to things in Slack. Like how like
My emojis are off the charts. You don't even know what you guys. You know what I send on like every third Slack?
what?
The new melting emoji.
No.
Yeah. Like,
Could you pull up what your like most used Slack emojis are?
I don't know if that's the thing.
It
be
totally
really
is,
funny,
I
though.
think. I just want to know, or even just your just in general, what are your most used emojis?
I'm definitely always throwing in that
The melting face is
melting
good.
face.
You're big on.
Literally how I feel like
You're-
all the time at work. It's like the best one for everything.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
I should get you that. I should get you that Salvador Dali painting of the time melting, and you could put it behind you for your Zoom background.
Right, that's so funny. What if I just like make it my Zoom background, like my virtual background?
Do you know what I'm talking about? The Salvador Dali painting of the clocks hanging from the tree branches,
Yeah.
and they're like melting.
Yeah.
I think it's called. I don't know what that painting's called, but I'm sure you could.
I do the eyes a lot. I do the eye emojis, the double eyes, like
The eyes wide
to
open.
tell people like I saw this or like
Oh, like the
or if
glancing
something
eyes.
surprises me.
There's not a face; it's just the two eyeballs.
It's just the two eyeballs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a good one. Saw that. I'll do the.
I
check.
do
I'll do
this
the
one a
green
lot
check
on
mark.
Slack. I do fingers crossed on
Fingers
Slack.
There's a lot of prayers over there right now.
Yeah, dude, I do the prayer hands a lot. I do the I think everyone does the two hands
Hey
up.
Dayna, how's this call gonna go?
Well-
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Prayer hands, prayer hands.
Yeah, I do fingers crossed every day at least. I do the hands up a lot, like, oh, shout out, like, celebrate.
Like the two palms up with the thumbs connected.
Yeah.
And it's got like the celebration
Yeah.
springs coming off of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
The motion lines, whatever, dude.
Yeah, oh, I do this one that's like kind of laughing, but there's a sweat bead on his forehead.
Yeah. Like
He's like, that's what I imagine that emoji to say. Everything's gonna be fine.
oh man.
Like when a customer's like saying a bunch of like really technical shit, I'll like Slack my partner on the call that one. Do you know what he's saying?
Yeah. That's really funny. I wonder what mine are. Did you go on the Slack to look at that? Is it different than your
I
text?
did. I think it's the same as text.
Let's see what I got here.
So I had to just remind myself what I use the most. Yeah, they're the same. I do the star eyes a lot. Just to be like, you're awesome. Like, thank you with the star eyes. Like, I
Okay.
really mean it. If someone had gone out their way, I'm throwing them a star eye
The
emoji.
star eyes. You did
Like
a good
you're a
job.
star in my eyes. Thank you so much for doing that.
Okay, I'm going to give you some of the highlights of my frequently used. My most frequently used emoji is the laughing, joy, crying face. The laughing, crying emoji.
Classic.
Not the slanted one. There's a slanted laughing, crying that
Yeah.
it's a little much.
You're just your classic laughing emoji.
It's a little much, but the classic laughing, crying emoji. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my most used.
Yeah.
People joke with me a lot at work, I guess.
Yeah.
People are always trying to make me laugh, and I appreciate that, and maybe that's why they do it. My second most used is literally a beer stein. It's the beer emoji.
Interesting.
I don't know why.
Is
I
it for
don't
work
remember.
or is it like?
Yeah, I guess
Just look
not.
at look at your emojis and think of which ones you send at work the most. That's not telling you what you use in Slack the most. You have to just kind of remember.
There's this custom emoji that somebody made, and it's like a fish. It's literally called like OOO fish, like ooh fish. And it's like shaking. Dude, I'll literally look at this. This is okay. These are my most frequently Slack ones. It's still the laughing face. The second most frequently used is the thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up. I love that one. It can also be passive
Oh my
aggressive, but
God.
also like you could have good intentions with it, so no one can think you're being passive aggressive
Okay.
or accuse that of you.
Cut
but
out-
you totally are. You can get
I hope.
Yeah.
I wish we could even edit out my first fucking dumb answer because I'm looking at my Slack ones now.
the laughing emoji. Yeah, no kidding.
Okay.
That's everyone's in there. Everyone's top.
Snooze fest was
Be
me.
original.
Okay, listen to this one. I use this one all the time at work. The handshake emoji,
Nice.
the shaking hands emoji.
Yeah.
I'll look.
I'll throw that one in. I haven't thrown that one in recently. I
Yeah.
used to when there was a lot more partnership.
Yeah. I don't use it for
on.
this all the time, but the handshake emoji is a nice one to like end a conversation.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm fucking done here. Here's the handshake emoji.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Okay.
I made there's like the team that I manage, we have like a symbol, and the symbol of my team, it's a custom one. The symbol of my team is in there, and then the ooh fish I already talked about. The salute emoji.
I want to use that. I haven't used it yet, but I just saw it.
The salute
When
emoji
do you
is
use
good.
that one?
Mostly just like with people I'm friendly with, like more like my work friends. If they like do something for me,
Oh,
I
interesting.
will like give them.
See, in
the
that
salute,
scenario,
like-
I'd throw someone a handshake, but I'm thinking of using the salute emoji
People love the salute. People love the
when,
salute.
like, I'm given a direction and I want to tell my manager, like, I'm on it.
Look, people, write us in the comments what emojis you like to use, or text us because if you're
Not
listening,
all of them, just the risky ones that, like,
Oh.
you really shouldn't be sending at work, but you do.
Yeah, what's
Those
your
are
most?
what I don't
what's your
care
most
about. I don't care
risque?
if you're using the laughing emoji. Everybody is.
What's your most risque work emoji?
What's your staple emoji?
you throwing
What's
any
your
egg-
brand? What's your brand?
You throwing any eggplants out there at work or what? Little eggplants with the splashing water?
Sketch.
Anyone tossing? Oh,
Yeah, you guys are. You guys are little scoundrels. I know you're throwing the eggplant emoji up in that beast.
I have the this face. It's like the. You have to pee.
Have to be.
Okay, go. I'll pause.
Oh,
Hold
you
on.
will pause.
Yeah, I'll pause. I can't do this by myself. You kidding me? I'll freeze.
You're joking.
I'm joking already. Okay, we're back, but holy smokes, we did not realize how long we went. So we are going to wrap up this week's podcast. I don't know what we're going to call it, but Dayna, maybe
Here's
we'll
what-
find it here. What would you? What's one thing you want people to take from this week's episode
This week,
on the Big Brown Sack?
I want you guys to do or think about doing 3 things. 1, try a new emoji at work. 2, talk about your feelings with someone that you trust. Whatever you're holding in, just let it out. If it's in there, it's just going to keep being in there.
Let it go, let it go, Don't hold it in your fucking chart.
Next, don't buy cherries yet. Don't get overzealous. I don't even know if that's the right thing. Don't get ahead of yourself. Wait a few weeks. And if you're like me and you get in the mundane, nothing on TV sounds good, but you do want to veg out, but just everything on TV is just garbage. You're flipping through all your subscriptions and you can't find one thing that's kind of interesting. You won't regret it. Watch an episode or two of Drunk History. It will do exactly what you're looking for in that moment. Yeah. It's entertaining, it's stimulating, but it's like calm, cool, collected. You could chill.
Can we watch it after
You
this?
also learn something from it. Absolutely. I do want to watch a Game of Thrones, though. What do you think?
I'm down. Also, let us know. We're rewatching Game of Thrones right now. If
I'm
you
watching it for the first time.
I'm rewatching it with
I'm
her.
only, 10 years late? And Joe's rewatching it. Yeah.
With her. So let us know if you want us to talk about the episodes. We're like halfway through season 2.
We review Game of Thrones like 15
14
years
later.
That's kind of funny.
Okay, can you recap your 3 things really quick?
Oh gosh, I mean, I think they got it.
Okay,
like,
well, yeah.
just rewind.
Bitch.
Gosh,
You want them again? Rewind then, bitch.
rewind. Yeah.
Okay, that was beautiful. If there's one thing that I want you to take from today's episode, it's that Dayna ate Coca-Cola for breakfast for weeks in middle school, and she still has a rockin' body to this day.
Hooked. I was absolutely hooked.
So, what even is nutrition? Don't kill yourself over a diet. Sometimes people just got it.
You can get through. You can get through anything. Even
What?
What?
All right.
I honestly don't know where you were going with that.
And next week, stay tuned where we use the applause way more. That's it, folks. See you later.
Toodles.
Don't ever sleep on Barry O.